Then she handed me $20 for a $2.50 fare. She said, Harry, keep the change.
Hey.
Well, another man might have been angry.
What's up, YouTube? SalvoG here, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're going to check out Harry Chapin and a song called Taxi, and this is from a VIP member on Patreon. Bob, thanks for the request and the support to this channel. It's greatly appreciated, so thank you for that. Without further ado, let's take a small dive into Mr. Chapman's life, what kind of music he does, and just kind of what song we're going to expect here. And if you are new, it only takes a minute, and then we're going to listen to the song and enjoy some music. All right, Harry Chapin, everybody. Folk rock, pop rock. Okay, that sounds nice. Harry Forster Chapman was an American singer, songwriter, philanthropist, and hunger activist, best known for his folk rock and pop rock songs. He achieved worldwide success in the 1970s. Chapman, a Grammy Award winning artist and Grammy Hall of Fame inductee, has sold over 16 million records worldwide. Chapman recorded a total of 11 albums from 1972 until his death in 1981. All 14 singles that he released became hits on at least one national music chart. Chapman's best-known singles or best-known songs include Taxi and Cats in the Cradle. As a dedicated humanitarian, Chapman fought to end world hunger. He was a key participant in the creation of the Presidential Commission on World Hunger in 1977. In 1987, Chapman was posthumously awarded the Congressional Gold Medal for his humanitarian work. Seems like a really stand-up human being, to be honest. Let's see. That is really sad, but he did, looks like he left his mark. That is for sure. It looks like it looks like he really wanted to create a better world. So that is very commendable. So thank you, Mr. Chapman. He was nominated for Best New Artist in 1972. And then Best Pop Male Vocal Performance in 75. And then in 86, he won the President's Merit Award and then Hall of Fame Award in 2011. Public Service Award, Trendsetter Award, Public Service Award, Public Service Award. That's really special. So here's the studio albums starting from 72 all the way to 80. All right, so the album that we're checking out, or I should say the song from the album, Heads and Tails. This is the first studio album, his first hit, Taxi. The album and single both charted successfully for over 6 months, with both selling over 1 million copies each. Looks like this particular song, Taxi, did really well. Bang, number 24. Folk rock song, everybody. Looks like we're getting into the 4-minute mark here of our intro. So I'm going to go ahead and start the song now. But that is a nice introduction to Harry Chapman and the type of human being that he was. Let's listen to the song because it is about 7 minutes. Here we go. No more talking.
It was raining hard in Frisco. I needed one more fare to make my night. A lady up ahead waved to flag me down. She got in at the light. Oh, where you going to, my lady blue? It's a shame you ruined your gown in the rain. She just looked out the window. She said 16 Parkside Lane.
Telling a nice story.
Something about her was familiar. I could swear I've seen her face before. But she said, I'm sure you're mistaken. And she didn't say anything more. It took a while, but she looked in the mirror. Then she glanced at the license for my name. A smile seemed to come to her slowly. It was a sad smile just the same. And she said, how are you, Harry? I said, how are you, Sue? Through the too many miles and the too little smiles, I still remember you. It was somewhere in a fairy tale. I used to take her home in my car. We learned about love in the back of a Dodge. The lesson hadn't gone too far. You see, she was gonna be an actress, and I was gonna learn to fly. She took off to find the footlights. I took off to find the sky. Whoa, I've got something inside me to drive the princess blind. There's a wild man wizard, he's hiding in me, illuminating my mind.
Cool lyrics.
Oh, I've got something inside me, not what my life's about. 'Cause I've been letting my outside tide me over till my time runs out.
Is that him? Surely, right? It can't be. With that
There
red.
was not much more for us to talk about. Whatever we had once was gone. So I turned my cab into the driveway, past the gate and the fine trim lawns. And she said, we must get together, but I knew it'd never be arranged. Then she handed me $20 for a $2.50 fare. She said, Harry, keep the change.
Hey.
Well, another man might have been angry, and another man might have been hurt, but another man never would let her go. I stashed the bill in my shirt.
Well, this is interesting.
And she walked away in silence. It's strange how you never know. But we'd both gotten what we'd asked for such a long, long time ago. You see, she was gonna be an actress, and I was gonna learn to fly. She took off to find the footlights. I took off for the sky.
I took off for the sky.
And here she's acting happy inside her handsome home. And me, I'm flying in my taxi, taking tips and getting stoned. I go flying so high when I'm stoned.
You guys. There's no other vocal creds on this album. There's no Supertramp. There's no other vocal credits here. So when that high register in there, that was him? Couldn't have been, right? There's no way. Oh wait, Roger Palmer. I'm wrong. Roger Palmer. Ronald Palmer. If that was a man's voice, that is a very high pitch. Like, I'm just very interested here now. Who else is on that song? Let me see. Harry Chapin, Taxi. Who else singing? There's just no way. There's just no way. Who sings the high part in Taxi? Here we go. John Wallace performed with Chapman for 10 years until Harry Chapman's death in '81. In live concerts, Wallace would sing very high head tones on songs such as Taxi. So was that John Wallace? I'm surprised. It doesn't give him any credit. It doesn't give him any credit anywhere, not on the song page or in the album page. So that could be him. Could be wrong. Could be him. All right, this song was just like, it kept switching moods on me. And just like, it was kind of like, I don't want to call it bipolar, but in a good way, if that makes any sense. He had a taxi driver's license in New York City and worked as a driver for 6 months in Long Beach, New York. Sandy Chapman, who was married to Harry from 1968 until his death in 1981, told Songfacts the story. He had been working in film. That was how he made his living. Harry's plan at the time was to make enough money in 5 or 6 months that he would not have to work. He would not have to work for 5 or 6 months, and during which time he would write screenplays. And then the money did run out, and he went back to look for some work in film, but there wasn't anything available. He needed a job. He wanted to still be able to write, so he applied for a cab license, and I was something like 8 months pregnant. I felt very positive about it because I thought, wow, it would be a great experience because people in cabs will tell him stories and he'll get all kinds of characters for songs. True. I think he was feeling pretty low about it, and he wrote the song Taxi with the idea that the people he had told his dreams that he was going to make a great film were going to get into the cab, and so he ended up being a cab driver after all the big talk, and one of whom would be the girlfriend that he had while he was at Cornell. Sue was a real person. The song is set in San Fran. Sandy Chapman explains. The song was moved to the East Coast, or from the West Coast to the East Coast. His life, college, and otherwise his work was all on the East Coast. Even his film work was on the East Coast, except for that 1 year in California when he was doing commercials. Okay, I'm going to keep reading just because I'm interested, so feel free to leave the video at any time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. But I'm going to keep going. When I would look through Harry's notebooks, I was amazed at how little editing there was. He would start jotting down ideas for a song or story, and then decide later that because of the rhyming or the rhythm or whatever it was, that San Francisco would be a good place. He probably just came up with the line, "It was raining hard in Frisco," and went from there. There were some notebooks where he jotted down four or six lines that he might come back to later and use, but there were other notebooks where he just sat down and wrote the song. The song is about a cab driver who picks up a passenger who turns out to be his former lover. That part I got. They broke up so he could be so she could be an actress and he could learn to fly. at the end, he realizes they both got their wish, and she acts like she is happy, and he flies in his taxi getting stoned. 8 years later, Chapman followed it up with another hit, appropriately titled sequel, which continued the chronicles of the former lovers Harry and Sue. That's so cool. Out of high school, Chapman entered the Air Force Academy to learn to fly. He quit during his freshman year. All right, there is a little backstory on the song. It was really interesting. So it turns out this video is going to be close to 16 minutes, but that's okay. Hopefully some of you guys enjoyed the longer formats. I know a lot of you probably tuned out somewhere in the middle. That's all right as well. Thanks for still checking out my video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. And you know, every now and then I like to do a longer one when something really interests me, and just this whole story and knowing that he was such an interesting person, in my opinion, kind of just, I don't know, egged me on sort of to look a little deeper. Yeah, I like the idea. I like the storytelling. I like all of the different, like, I call it like a mood change almost for me when I'm listening to the song, and it does something so drastically different a few different times. Just keeps you on your toes there. That was folk rock. Yeah, I think it was a little, I don't know if I want to call it experimental, but it's a little weird. It's a little weird. That's cool. All right, thanks Bob. Interesting song. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. Peace.